video diary of me doing my hair, the process and stuff. This video, I wanted to just show that I personally installed these braids and how easy it was for me, how it came out. And I think it's just really, really pretty. I'm very pleased with it. I like the volume, I like the fullness, I like the lightness of it, and this is gonna be so nice. Show you dolls how the hair looks with me a little bit dolled up so that you can get the full effect of it. But I recorded just first impressions feedback for the Ywigs hair. Talk about all the details, how I ordered it, where I ordered it, the links I got, the density, the type of hair. And I talked about that throughout this video since it's vlog style. I ended up getting the 100 grams, 50 grams, 20 and 22 inches, and it was under $200. This is the hair that I got from Ywigs off of Amazon. These are the 20 inches, and then I got two 22s that haven't arrived yet. But so far, first impression is that this is not a lot of hair. This is the 50 gram density, so I don't know if I needed to have gotten the 100 gram. The BORA braids, as you dolls will see, so I would think I need at least two more. The good thing was that these were $30 each, which I thought the price was good. $120 is what I've spent so far, but I'm thinking I need like at least minimum two more bundles each. I wanted to see the length before I kept ordering more, so I've ordered 4 total, and I'm thinking I may need 6. So I'll definitely keep you dolls posted on how it's looking. But this is straight out the box, first impression. I ordered from Amazon because I wanted to be able to utilize Prime, but of course you can order direct from their website. I received the hair, it was the next day, no issues. I did get the body wave. It came in this beautiful natural color. I didn't dye the hair or anything like that. I got the body wave in the 20 inch and the 22 inch because as you can see, I do like a fuller, a longer, more ba boom type of look. And this is really good for me because I like to have very big beachy hair for the summer, but I like a soft look. I like to have the volume. I like to have the length for sure. Like I'm a 22 inch type of girl anyways, with clip-ins, sew-ins, you name it. I need to have a little length. It's more of a hairstyle versus braids. The braids are definitely in the background on this, and I absolutely love it. But I'll insert some pictures here just to show you dolls that this is how I usually wear my hair anyways, because I just, you know, just want something more free and flowing, and I think this gives me my same look but without the extra tension and the clip-in sewing. Okay dolls, here are the bundles. Is the body wave 50 gram hair, and this is straight out of the pack. Like I said, I got two. I believe I got 3 20 inches and 1 22 inch. This is what arrived today, which is the 20 inches, which I think actually, because it's being braided down the length of the BORA braids is what I'm getting, that this would actually be a good length. I think 22 inch would really be pushing it because these can already hit waist length. I'm 5'3", and just if you think about the end or the tip of your braid and adding curly hair at the very bottom, I believe that this will be definitely long enough. So I'll probably end up getting 2 more 20 inches just because of the density on this. I don't feel like this is enough for my full head and the thickness that I'm trying to achieve, and I will insert a picture for you dolls to see the look that I'm going for. So I really want the fullness, especially in the front, and I think just these 2 alone would probably just cover the front and top of my head. The other 2 probably be the middle, and then I would need 2 more for like the bottom. So I may do 20 inches. I did have an option for 100 grams, which essentially is the same thing. These were $30 each. I think like the 20 inch was like 33, the 22 inch was maybe like 39, and then they had the 18 for like 30, I think. So 18 would work also. Probably just stick with the 20 inches so that it'd be more consistent and not give like a layered look. It's good, it's silky but not too silky. This is a body wave, if I didn't say that. And I think that 2 together is what I'm used to being equivalent to like 1 bundle of hair. So I would say that this is 1 bundle of hair, which is 100 grams total per Ywigs. I have 2 more on the way, which will give me 200 grams, and I'm gonna do another set of 2 in the 20 inch to give me 300 grams of hair bundles. So at this point, with the 50 grams each that I ordered, totaled up with that 100, I would say I was at 3 bundles, which was 4 sets of the 50 gram, and then I had that one final set of the 100 gram. So at this point I have 2 22s, 2 20s, and then the 100 grams, I got that fully in 20" because I'm like, well, because I'm using the tree method, which I'll talk a little bit about to you dolls, where you're braiding and you're inserting, if I can find a good example of one, where you're inserting the hair, here we go, onto the braid itself. You could easily, you know, braid the braid down and then put the hair all the way down the braid itself, and then that would give you the longer length that you're looking for. I did not want it to be like a layered look. I didn't want it to look choppy. I just wanted it to be very sexy, very specific on the install. So this is exactly, and I'll insert a photo of the look that I was going for, and you dolls can see what I mean. Let's get into my BORA braids and the install. And I wanted to just say I'm off to a good start with the hair. I'm probably looking crazy. I just have it parted at the top, about 50% done. I would say the back is 50. Each side is about 25, and then the top, which I really wanna take my time on, is the other 50%. When I get to the top here, I've already got it parted essentially, but I wanna make sure that when I part it and then I add the hair in a way that it actually is gonna look like kind of reversed in, if you can kind of envision that, to where it looks like it's just hair here. It's gonna be more like that than with the braid covered all the way through. So my goal is just to make it look as natural as possible. I don't mind just a little hint of a braid if it's there. Like, I'm not gonna be tripping like, oh my God, my braids are not fully covered, but that's the goal. And you can already see from down here that once I add the hair into the top and it hangs over, it's already, to me, more seamless, and the braids are not detectable. They're invisible like I wanted them. But when this covers up these little areas and stuff, like the actual, like more exposed braids, since these are in the back, I didn't add the feet in here as close to the top because I know this will be covered. But I think it looks really, really neat and nice, to where if I'm going to Pilates, if I'm going for a walk, if I'm out for date night, if I have a date night, or just whatever, that is very versatile, movable, and breathable on my scalp. So I love the middle part, the side part. I'm gonna really key into those areas. And yes, so let me show you dolls how the pattern looks, how I parted it, in the back, and the products that I've been using so far. I'm just trying to give you guys some of this back story while we're waiting for the rest of the hair to come in so we can finish off this look. Okay, so let me turn around and hopefully you dolls can see the back of my hair. But yeah, this is the back. This is the length. I'm trying to make sure I'm in full frame. And you can see, I think that it looks really nice, really neat. The braid pattern that I've used is just the typical braid pattern. I went ear to ear and then came across on this next row above the ear, the brick pattern. So starting at the lowest, I think I actually went 4 across in the back instead of 3. And then I just went up from there, adding a couple as you go. And I staggered the rows so that it wasn't just like straight up and down, but it actually has a little bit of a little more flow to it. And so I know that this is going to start the area that takes me into the front of the hair, in my hairline and stuff. So I wanted to make sure that I got the smaller braids as I'm going through. So the smaller braid here is the sizing that I'm going to go with, because I want it to be very neat around the hairline, the part line, and the front of the hair. Just all of like the showcase areas for sure. I really like the lightweight natural feel of it, and I just think this is going to be so nice for me for the summer and going forward. So yeah, and the last time that I really was deep in with my braids, and my hair grew so much. Was able to do my treatments and not feel like, oh, I don't want to mess up my hairstyle, I don't want to mess up my bundles and that sort of thing. When I did do braids last, I was doing a waist length knotless braids, small, medium, small, extra small, really. And I really enjoyed them. My hair grew so much, and I had actually worn those braids, like I got them in like a May or June, and I was wearing those all the way through the winter because I was obsessed with them. Like, not the same ones, like I was going back and getting them redone, and my hair grew so much. So I'm hopeful and prayerful that that'll be the case as well. I can get my edges, my leave out, all of that a braid, girl. If she is put up, put down, protected, like we on a healthy hair growth. So what I wanted to do was just to give myself a very healthy install, a very healthy prep for my natural hair. So I didn't use the typical shine and jam and edge control and gels and stuff like that. I actually used some products that work for me, and I used a really good leave-in. Ride or Die is the Cantu leave-in conditioner. This is the shea butter one. It works for me every time. I use this all the time. It makes detangling a breeze. It's great for my sons who both, you know, wear twists and mini twists and stuff. And this is great. So yes, when I get in the hair, then I will show you dolls just how I'm braiding it in. I'm using the tree method, or just, I don't know how to what it's actually termed. I just know how to do it. That's the thing. I just know how to do it, but I don't know the name of it. It's not the neatest, like I said, especially in the back. And this is my first time doing them. You know, so I kind of play with it. It's a little experimental for the bottom ones, but it's the method where, you know, it's kind of just your braid, your anchor braid, and then you have the pieces coming out. You dolls can definitely look at a bunch of, or some YouTube videos. There's so many wonderful dolls that have gone through and like really showing you how to braid, how to do a knotless braid, how to add the hair in, etc., etc. So I don't think that it's necessary here, but I will show you dolls how I did mine in particular, because it's like a mental thing. I kept hearing people say, like, I can't really tell you how to braid it in. It's just like a mental thing or a mind thing. Like I would say under braiding is what we used to call it when I was young. It was like a regular French braid, but then you could kind of do like a backwards, a fishtail type braid. That would be kind of the rhythm for doing it, but trial and error. You have to kind of mess with it a little bit, and then there are some that are not perfect. Most of mine are not perfect for sure, and that's why I'm like hesitant to say like, hey, here's a tutorial on how to do it, because people would really eat me up in the comments. They'd be like, girl, what are you doing? I'm not a professional or whatever. It's just I'm a girl who knows what she likes, and I have the skill to do some things. So anyways, dolls, this is where we are with it. I think I've given all the details. One thing that I did want to point out is just the hair prep. I am natural. I would say my hair is like a mix of, right now in its natural state, it's dry. It's, you know, I did not blow dry it or anything like that, but I would say it's a mix of 4B and 4C, 4A, 4B, 4C, some 3 in the middle of my crown. But anyways, what I wanted to do is that I know for me, when I've used, or it has been used on me, like when I've gone to braid shops, the shine, is it shine and jam or the edge control has been used to do the parting or to start the braids. After a while, it makes my scalp really dirty, really itchy, faster. I don't know, sweating, then the braids seem like they kind of move a little bit sooner and stuff like that. For dry coarse hair, it adds perfect moisture, it adds shine. And so I did go through, I didn't wet my hair, but I know for me, as far as detangling, I wanted to put something in there that was going to give it moisture. I didn't want to blow dry my hair to braid it up. I just don't want to put heat on it. I don't put a lot of heat on my hair, hardly ever, even blow dryer. So that's just me. So I put in products that I normally use and that I wanted to lock some moisture in before. Even if though it's human hair, I still wanted to lock the moisture in and make sure that my hair was prepped how my hair needs to be prepped to be successful and to flourish in a protective style like this, because I do plan to wear this for a while, at least through the summer, with refreshing the edges, the crown, the back, and keeping it moving like that. So this is definitely a protective style. If it works out, then it will be long lasting. For the parting and just to kind of make sure that my natural hair was blending in with the human hair, I did use another oldie but goodie. This is the Extreme Gel, and I like this one because it doesn't flake. It's soft enough to where it gets sturdy, kind of stiff when you're braiding, when you're parting, but then it's not stiff once it dries. It's not stiff once it dries. It has aloe vera in it. It's got good slip for braiding. It's wet when it needs to be wet, but once it sets, it's not like drying or crunchy or hard or anything like that. So that's why I chose that, because I was like, I don't want all that unnecessary product on my scalp. And this is one that I use like on a regular basis. If I'm doing a slick back, I use that. And then I also use the Eco Style, just kind of a mix of both. This one has the black castor and flaxseed oil. I know these are older products, but hey, I use what works. So older, newer, whatever works is what I'm using. So I did use that as well, just like when I come back in here to re-moisturize my hair and to get it ready for the next section. That's what I'll be using to, you know, go back in and start to put some moisture back in my hair, part it and everything to where it's not too wet, but it's more manageable and not like dragging as I'm putting the braids in. So those are the products that I've used and am using. I'm not using any nail glue, hair glue, slip knots, anything like that. For the human hair, I find if you braid it down past your natural hair and get a little bit further, you know, adding your pieces in, like this piece, I didn't add any hanging hair on this because it's way in the back, and I did want some braids. Like I personally know I have my hair braided and I want to see a couple braids, just kind of like a peekaboo effect from time to time for myself. And so when you braid it all the way down, this is human hair, so you don't need to soak it or put it in hot water, submerge it in water. You don't need to burn the ends or any of that kind of stuff that you would do with synthetic hair. And as long as you braid it down far enough, I don't find the need to have like a slip knot or to tie it off. These are not miracle knots, so it doesn't have a thread or anything that you're looping, which I thought would be a little heavy on the hair. So yeah, I'm just braiding it down and that's it. I'm not doing any of that type of stuff. So for me, I wanted to do 100% human hair. The last set of boho type braids, I had like mini twists. It was the last install that I had for braiding hair. I went 100% human hair and absolutely loved it. I don't think that I could ever go back to like synthetic hair for my braids or synthetic hair like for the curly hair or anything. When I got around to the perimeter of my hair, and like I said, I added in those thicker pieces just to give it the more, the look that I was going for, which is hair versus braids or invisible braids. And I was planning to do it along the parting line as well, like through my part. But then once I achieved it here across the perimeter, I just stopped there because I feel like it looks very natural. It's not as heavy looking or weighted down. And then also I do like the peekaboo effect of having the braid pattern at the top. It's so neat. Currently that fresh braid in look, and it just kind of is like, I don't know, it's just kind of like a if you know you know type of vibe. Like if you know that it's braided, or just kind of, I thought it was kind of cute. I just like the look of it. So I left it as is. So I think I've talked y'all's ears off, and I wanted to just say I'm off to a good start with the hair. I am waiting for the arrival. I'm probably looking crazy. I just have it parted at the top, ready to roll. I'm like, where is the hair? Where's the hair? So that's all I'm waiting on. Would have been easier if next time I would just order direct from the website, because the prices were comparable. Other than the free delivery, that was an incentive. And the express shipping and all of that was just Amazon's speed, so I didn't have to pay extra for any of that type of stuff, which was great. So we will see, you know, but hopefully I've heard that you can reuse this hair, and I'm just grabbing a little bit. I have it open here. I'm grabbing a little bit of the Eco and a little bit of the Extreme, and I will be getting ready to prep this area. No shine and jam for me. This is what my hair loves, is products like this. So I'm prepping with this, and yeah, it does take me to a curly state, and that's why I said I don't need to have it blow dried out, because the products that I'm using, it wouldn't make any sense to be blow dried and then putting these type of products in and taking it back to a curly state essentially. But this is what I've been using just to get everything nice and done. I just usually do 3 sections, and then I'm able to slide the hair underneath here. See, that's why I'm like, you have to watch a tutorial on that, because I can't even really explain what I'm doing. I'm gonna braid like 1 time, and then I slide this in here underneath. Maybe I'm trying to think about it and do it. And then I guess I can't tell while I'm doing it. You want to put that out of the way, the part that you are leaving out. So I'm using it as braiding hair as well. Put a little bit of this on my natural hair. This is the actual braid here, and then I need to add some more hair in, feed in some more hair, which is what I'm waiting on from Amazon, girl. So I'm gonna stop the braid here, and then I will be adding some more hair in. But that was just an example to show you how the hair is added in. And you see that I put a little bit more than the other braids here in the front, because it's in the front. And like I said, I want mine to be more of an invisible braid, which I keep saying, but you see that that's the 2 pieces there. So that's gonna give it more of a, look, this is the braid here. That's gonna sit more like hair than anything. But I'm gonna, you know, add a piece in, add some more hair in until it's done. I think I've heard dolls calling it the tree method, or tree or whatever, where you're just, you know, adding the pieces all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, like that. And some of these I may need to go back and kind of tweak a little bit, because I worked on it over last night. The hair being human hair that I use, is that it's a lot more forgiving than if I would have been using like synthetic hair. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just that it seems like you have to be more meticulous with how you're braiding, the technique that you're using. And then also maybe because they're not fully, like, it's not braids to where you have to braid all the way to the end, which to me is really time consuming, tedious, and redundant. And so I just never would probably, I never say never, but I don't think that I would be doing like braids, because I would need like waist length is what I like, and it would just take too long for me. And then I hate the takedown for braids. I don't know, it's just like this mental thing. Like for me, honestly, I always tell people I compare the takedown of braids to like childbirth. Like it's up there on my things that I dislike. Like I dislike it that much. But I recently did do some mini twists on myself, and I had added a little hair in for fun to give it a little length and density, since I'm a fine-haired girly, and it wasn't that bad. So that's kind of where, what kind of gave me the mindset and put me in the mindset that I could actually do this. I know that I braided my hair before, like many years ago, like when I was in college. I know that I used to braid my own hair all the time. At that time I was doing, you know, it was synthetic hair, and it would be like beauty supply hair or like a human blend where you could comb it a little bit or curl it a little bit, like just little styles like that. So it wasn't anything as sleek as what this is giving. So I really love how it came out. It does give a sew-in type effect. We are back. I had to go and get the package from the mailbox. Now, any other time Amazon delivers to the door, so I kept seeing and noticed that it's delivered. But I'm like, it's nothing out here. And then I looked a little deeper and it was at the mailbox. And it's raining, so I digress. But when you got it from Amazon, it just comes in this little pink package that says thank you. You dolls will notice I have my nails off. I was in need of a new nail set. I was like, I'm getting ready to, you know, install my braids. So I was like, I'll wait until after I finish my braids and then I'm going to get my nails done. So that's why I am sans nails today. But this is what arrived, the 22 inch, which is what I need for the more so for the front of the hair. It with the minimal packaging, because I see dolls that order direct from the website and they're getting like hair clips and all kind of incentives, the Ywigs bag and stuff, which is fine. So I didn't get all of that. I just got the bare minimum. So this is the 22 inch. This is the only 22 inch I got. The other hair that I have coming are 20 inches because I feel like I said, once you stretch it out, and then to get a little more density, that I got the 20s. So this is what it looks like out of the package. No smell, it smells fresh and clean. I like the length on this one. Ooh, if this was a bundle, yeah, this is what I like. So I gonna put this in from the top down, and you see that's already gonna give that sew-in look, which is what I'm going for. So I think that's gonna be so pretty. I think I got maybe one more 22 inch, another 22 inch, and then I got the bundle of 20, the 100 grams, and then I got a 50 gram 22 that's still coming. So the other 22 will be for this. The front is what I'm going to use the 22 inch for. This is so pretty. This looks just like any bundles I get minus the weft. So the end, it looks like this. No weft on there. It's just loose bulk braiding hair. And I think that is so pretty. So I'm going to have that installed to where the braids are minimum there. So it's going to look more like that. Is the vibe I'm going for. But then when I flip it over, you may catch a braid or two or not. And I'm going to pull it close in. So this is really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and try to do as much in the front as I can using this hair. So am I starting the top, or am I gonna wait for the other hair to come to finish the back? I think I'm gonna move to the front. That way I can really see how it's coming together. And then when I get the other 20, that'll be for the back here. And I'm gonna do this as much as I can at the crown and then the side, like my edges and the side. So that's what we're doing, dolls. I'm getting ready to install this. And then I think that for the sake of time, let me show you guys how I bust this down. I just cut the little gold ribbon off. And I always wanted to be like doing TikToks and stuff with this, but I never do. Hold on. Okay, dolls, we are all parted and ready to go. I parted out the top, the front, the back, if you guys can see that, the sides, everything is parted and ready to go. So we are going to preferably come around the sides, the back, the sides, finish all of this out first, and I want to do the front last, and that's going to be with the 22 inch. So 20 all the way around, finishing her out, and I think it's coming together really, really good. I think it took me a little bit longer with the parting because my hair totally dried overnight. Like I said, I was planning to keep going, but I didn't have all of the things I needed. So overnight it did dry out. I had to re-moisturize, detangle a little bit because I just had it up in one clip, and it kind of, you know how hair does, it kind of twisted around each other, each strand, And so yeah, I had to go back in and do a little light detangling, but the parts are good. So I'm gonna try to work fast. I was a little disappointed in my edges, girl. I think those clip-ins that I had in this last time did a number on my edges. So, but that's another thing, the reason why I wanted to do these braids is because for a protective style, and to where I can leave that tension off of my edges and really do some maintenance on my scalp and stuff over the summer and just let my hair breathe. So I'm gonna go ahead and start back up and try to get this knocked out within like maybe the next couple of hours or so. I would say at least 2 more hours. So wish me luck. One is the 100 grams and one is the 50 grams. So you'll see the difference in the density for sure. Is what I've already noticed, that yeah, it is quite a bit different, but probably just that it's double, 50 to 100. So that's the difference. There is the bulk. Yes, okay, so I would say this is the 100, this is the 50. I would say, let me stand to the side. This is the 100. You can see the density is a lot thicker. This is 50. So I would say to go with the 100 grams if you're doing the bulk hair. And then length is the same, but you definitely getting more. It's like 2 in 1. Or if you just needed like a little bit more, you could do the 50, but otherwise definitely want to go with the 100. And I would say you need at least like 4 to 5 of these if you're doing the human hair fully, or if you're just doing like leaving pieces out. A lot of dolls say 3 to 4. So I guess it's just up to you and what look you're trying to achieve. The 22 is on the far end. I didn't realize that I did not get any more 22. I was just like, oh, I'll just go with the 20 inch rather. Yeah, so that's what I have. So I just have this. I'll just use this right at the top here on both sides. This is not bad. It's pretty close for sure, but I could definitely use this on the sides and it'll give that full effect. And so I'm glad that the hair has arrived so I can get going, girl. I'm ready to wrap this up, separate this hair out the same way and work my way around from the back again and work my way to the front. So I'm hoping to finish this up. Well, I am going to finish this evening, not too late into the evening either. And it's just take your time. You know, you want it to come out really neat. It is a process, so you just need to take your time, not rush through it or expect to just like plow through it. If you need to take breaks so that you don't get burned out. If you need to like do a few hours one day, do a few hours the next. This is if you're doing it yourself, right? But if you're going to a shop or something, then this doesn't apply to you. But you can see I add this to the ends to separate like we did. And the ones that I did this for, the 22, you can see that it's dried, but it's still where I could pull the hair the same way, which is really, really good. And I'm not rushing it, but I am gonna go ahead and finish up so that you can see the final look. And before the hair starts to dry and I have to re-moisturize it all the way over again. So this is day 3. This is day 3 of my install and I'm absolutely loving it. It is still new. It is still early in the game to say, you know, how well it performs or wears over time, but I can give you an initial feedback, which is that the hair quality is top tier. Hair quality is top tier. I compare this hair to any clip-in hair, any sew-in hair, bundle hair, any type of hair that I've had in the past that is like a quality. I do plan on keeping this through the summer months. That way I can, you know, redo the perimeter, redo the crown, redo the whole perimeter and update it and keep this as a protective style that's kind of like evergreen, to where it's not just staying in. I'm taking out, you know, taking it out and redoing it strategically so that it can last me through the summer is what I mean. Like, it's not going to be the same install and then we flash forward to like 5 months and it's the same hair it's been in, it's been redone or anything like that. Like, no, that's not the vibe. But I do hear that the human hair can be reused, just like you would reuse hair for your sew-ins and stuff, you know, to reinstall it for the braids. So I'm looking forward to that, but the pricing and stuff is so good from Ywigs that I wouldn't mind just ordering some more hair and having it on hand from their website or from their Amazon storefront where I got it from. And you know, $30 a pack for 22 inch hair, you can't beat that, especially the quality is top tier. And before they go up on prices or things like that, because you know how sometimes prices go up once it becomes very popular, and I know that they are very popular and popping all across social. So I will say that it did take me 3 days. Now wait a minute, when I say it took me 3 days, it did not take me 3 full days. I did the hair over the course of 3 days. That's with me taking breaks. That's with me, maybe when I started I did 4 hours, and then the next day I waited on the hair to arrive, and then when it came in, I think I did maybe 3 hours or so, 2 or 3 hours. But that is including all of the parting, separating the hair, taking breaks and stuff like that to eat, drink, blah, blah, blah. And just to kind of taking my time, get this in the way that I wanted it to put in. I'm not a professional braider, so there is a little bit of a learning curve for me. And so it did take me probably longer than average, but I was fine. I put some videos on. I had, you know, some videos playing in the background. I was watching some series and some videos on YouTube and different things. So I was fine, I was cool, I was chilling. And then last night, like I said, I probably could have finished it overnight last night, but I was tired. I was down to where I was only having the crown of my head left to do. And that for me, it was the biggest part of the hair. What is the crown area, the edges, the crown, the front, the visual part. So I knew that I did not want to rush the front of my hair, especially. For that reason, I did opt to pick back up today. And I think I finished it maybe like 3 additional hours, and I just had the front, but it took me a little bit longer, like I said, because I had to kind of play with it, see how I was gonna do the install and everything, and I took my time so that it was very neat. The parts were detailed and all of that, so it probably took me a little bit longer than, you know, somebody, of course, somebody who does it all the time and they've got the skill and that's all they're doing. So don't be discouraged by the time that it took me, but you can absolutely go and have it installed professionally, you know, even at like a braid shop where they put 3 or 4 dolls on your head and you will be out of there in a few hours. So definitely can just get the hair, take it to a braid shop, a braider, and be lickety split. But this video, I wanted to just show that I personally installed the braids and how easy it was for me, how it came out. It's gotten late, but I wanted to just give you an update on where we are with the process. All right, so this is where we are. I just have the top, the very top left to do, so I wanted to take a break so I could, you know, properly do that. I've got a couple on this side.
3 hours later.
It's exactly how I want it. I put in a bunch more hair in the front on these front pieces, but you see that that's going to make the braids undetectable. Oh my gosh, it looks so perfect. This is exactly how I wanted it to look in the front. Oh, I'm so excited. Let me show you dolls how I do this on the opposite side, especially when I got the technique down. I'm only concerned a little bit about, do I have enough hair left? This is all I have left. So I'm gonna try to make this work. I think it'll be good. I don't wanna have to skimp on the front, but I don't feel like I will. I feel like I have enough. But like I said, I'm putting like this much hair in these front pieces, you know, to blend it out and to make sure that the braids are concealed. So once I still have this hair here to flip over and doing the same thing, you guys, this hair is gonna be so perfect. I'm so excited. And I have been using the gummy in the front to like grip the pieces and just to get a good foundation. So, but gummy is what I use anyways for the edges. So I've been doing that and just really taking my time. But you can see that this is just one braid, but it's so much of the you know, leave out hair or the add-in hair that you can barely see the braid, this one braid here. So that's what I'm doing for this section here. And then the rest is, yeah, this whole section here will be just like that. So I'm super excited. I love the way it's coming out. And I'm also laying this, like braiding it forward, not to the side. I like my hair to fall on my face like it is right now. So for that reason, I braid to the front. And I'm just making sure to get the parts super, super neat in the front, especially and around the edges where, you know, you can see it, see your hair line and parts and stuff like that more so. That's why I wanted to come in with like the gummy or some type of an edge control, or if you use Shine and Jam, you know, now would be the time, I think, to part with that so that the parts and stuff are really sleek. So I'm doing mine, I guess, more vlog style than tutorial. So hopefully you dolls can see this okay. I didn't film it like, you know, where you can where I got the camera like top down or anything like that, but I think you get the gist. And like I said, you know, I'm showing you and telling you in real time. This is my first time doing the BORA braids, I believe. I mean, I used to do stuff like this when I was in college, but it was called like micro braids, or what did we used to call it back then? Not human hair braids, but we had a word for it, where we would do the hair, the braided, the braids with hair like this out, but it wasn't human hair, it was synthetic hair at that time. Realizing that I should have dyed my hair before I started, you know, braiding it, but it's all good. This video will be a vlog and also a showing you guys my BORA braids, how I do them. And so today my boy started camp at school for football camp. So I'm trying to rush and at least just do this one last one while I've got the rhythm, before I have to go and drop Josh off and pick up Caleb. Tomorrow Caleb will drive, so that'll make things a little bit easier. Let me try to talk. I may not talk through this part because I gotta remember what I did. I clipped off this so that I don't end up grabbing any hair that isn't a part of this. And I like that the part is not too big in the front. I didn't gather too much hair, but you know, so that it looks really neat, just like a middle part, period. So, all right, first things first, split this in half. And I do this just like it's a, Miracle Knots hair, where you have like the thread hair. And what I did is I took two pretty chunky pieces, I'll say, because this is right in the front. Oh, and a little gummy on the ends of these, like two pieces is what it's going to be, like this. And then what I'm doing is I'm merging these together and kind of twisting it and making like one loop of the hair. I take a little bit of that gummy and then I am making it into like this crochet hair. It has that thread in the middle. So I'm essentially making one. And just lay this right in between that parted area. I wish I could do it to the camera, but guys, this is my front, so I'm not playing no games. I kind of feel like I need another piece in the middle. Hold on, I'm gonna put one more piece in there because I'm greedy. But you can already see how it's falling. But I know I want something right here too. So I'm gonna open this part back up. And then I'm gonna add this here to where it's falling right there in the middle. I am kind of just smushing these together, essentially. I want this to look like it is a sew-in. So that's how I'm kind of building a, like a tape-in, a clip-in, a sew-in hair across there. So let me do this and not talk right now. One on top. And I'm going to just start a French braid. Something's snagging. I'm braiding it super tight. Pressing down as I'm braiding. because this is like really locking this in. It is the anchor braid. This is the start of it. And I braided a few times before I let that go, just to make sure that it is in place. It is. And there. Another, you know, bundle or whatever of hair, I will. And then I'm just gonna start breaking these a little bit smaller because I got quite a bit of hair sitting right there on this braid, and we don't want it to be too, you know what I mean, too thick, too big, too bulky right at the front of the hair. But I already know at the base is doing what I wanted it to do, so I'm cool with that. We are on the move, so I just wanted to come on and tell you guys that it is a process. I'm still in the process of finishing the hair, so I have the handy dandy hat on, and then when I get back home we'll work on it some more. But take breaks, take your time when you're doing your hair. That way it comes out nice and neat. It's not rushed. You don't feel burned out, and you don't feel dread in, you know, doing your hair because it's like taking super duper long. Just take your time, and then that way you can space it out. You can go on about your day, unless you just want to get it done, or you've only got the time to just get it all the way done in you know, one complete cycle. That's fine, whatever time permits. But for me, even though I have the time, I could have just stayed up all night and did it last night. I knew that I was tired, and I knew that it probably wasn't going to be as good as it would be if I would stop, take a break, take my time. And I do have the liberty to do that because I'm home today, so I can throw on a hat and move around like this. But I just wanted to say that if you need to take breaks, break it up. You know, even though you hear people saying, oh, it took me 12 hours. Yes, but you could do like 4 here, 3 here, hour here until you get done. And then that way, it's not such a big deal. Okay, but I wanted to tell you though, I don't have a lip on, but I'm getting ready to eat at this point. I'm getting ready to eat Chipotle, taking a small Chipotle break. And I can't believe it, but this is my first time ever. I feel like this is my first time ever having Chipotle, if that even sounds like a real thing. Because my oldest son, he goes all the time. I feel like I've tried Chipotle, but it's always been a miss for me. So I did get Chipotle today just for a break, but I like the way the hair is falling. Don't look at that part, because I'm about to go finish this up. But you see there's like a little telltale peekaboo braid there. Otherwise, it's just hair that you're seeing. It's just hair that you're seeing. You see that? You know, a little telltale peekaboo braid here. But once I put that hair in on the top, it's going to be like this, just falling all over. So I really like the install. I like the length. I like the volume, the density. There's some in the back still. I just think it's giving exactly what I wanted it to give. Back home, I'm getting ready to finish up the hair. I do have Chipotle, like I was saying. This is my first time having Chipotle, if not ever, then in a very long time. I feel like I've had it before, just a taste test when they first like really became a thing. And yeah, so I got 3 crispy tacos. I really wanted to try the Chipotle lime sauce, and my son went. So when he went, I was like, give me 3 tacos. Or I really said 1 taco. I don't know how. He gave me 3. I guess it's the meal or the way they come. So anyways, it looks like this. I got fajita or steak, chicken, plain chicken, sour cream lettuce, fajita veggies, black beans, and cheese. So I'm gonna try this. I feel like I've had it before, but it's been forever. The steak is very rare, is how it's looking. But it looks pretty good. It smells good. It smells like Chipotle, because my oldest, he gets Chipotle all the time. It just tastes kind of like not very authentic Mexican food. So that's not my appeal, because I'm like, I could go to like my taqueria or some of the little places that I like to go to and get Mexican food. So yeah, let's see how the taco is. Hopefully the shell hasn't gotten soft, because I have had it in the car for a while. I mean, I got onions too, if I didn't say that. But I would eat it just like this. I don't know that I would buy Chipotle, like I said, but just got it today for lunch, because I Didn't cook anything since I've been working on my hair. And Josh got something on his way from football camp, and so did Caleb. And I didn't feel like stopping anywhere else. Well, it's got a little spice to it without the sauce. So I'm gonna take a bite without the sauce. This is the crispy taco here. Not bad. It's not bad. Now I'm gonna dip into the sauce. It's the chipotle lime, cilantro lime. I love cilantro lime anyway, so that in itself was the reason that I wanted to try this. Go just so I could try the sauce, or what can I get just to try the sauce? And so I love cilantro. I love cilantro lime stuff. Like cilantro lime rice, cilantro. I could eat this on anything. These are so messy. Was another reason I got it is that it's supposed to be, it's low calorie with the toppings, the veggies, the lettuce, etc., and then the tortilla, the corn shells. It's pretty good. I would actually get this again. I'm messing this up, so I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
Swipe that bitch and now the spirit charge. Making music, being on bitches, I be really much. I got hands for a hoe, I get bands for a show. He want chance after chance after chance, nigga, no. I keep saying free love folk, do my dance on them folks. If it's up, it's going down soon as I land on them folks. I'm fresh. Don't follow the rules, I'm real. No, I stand out, bitch, I'm special. I'm stand up.
I love human hair. It's so soft. You don't have to worry about not being able to pull it up for like the first 2 to 3 days. I was immediately able to pull my hair up into a high bun if I would like to, or half up, half down. I could throw this over to the side, which I'll show you guys the versatility of this install and just how soft and light and beautiful this hair truly is. I think it would be great for any style, but like I said, I wanted to try it for the BORA type braids, which for me, I wanted more of just a seamless look that looks more like a sew-in than anything. That was pretty much the look that I was going for, and that drew my attention to wanting to get the Ywigs hair, but also the body wave. Like that's what I was going after, was body wave hair, because this mimics a lot of the styles that I do, just with clip-ins, tape-ins, sew-ins even. I love body wave hair. Like I do body wave, I do body curl. I just love like the more natural look. I didn't want the curls to be too curly to where it's just very, very curly, just for this look, right? But not that I have anything against curly hair, of course, but that's the look that I was going for, was just a body wave, something soft, something really flowy, airy for the summer, kind of a beachy vacay vibe, but at the same time and elevate with the middle part. But I can definitely, it's soft and everything. I can flip it over already. Let's see, I had a side part somewhere in here, but you know, you could definitely do the side part with this. It's not painful, which is one thing I love about the human hair, is that, you know, right off the rip, you can play with it, you can move it around. It's flexible. I can go up into a full bun if I wanted to. Then you can see the body wave pattern here from the hair. So this is what it is giving, and I'm absolutely in love with how it came out. Ideal for me, and it's just chef's kiss. And then so I'll just have to come back and give you dolls an update on how it wears. You know, I'm hoping that it doesn't tangle. I hope that it doesn't dry out easily, that it doesn't shed a lot. And those will be the things that I would be on the lookout for my own sanity and well-being, but also to give you guys a feedback on. But yeah, Thank you so much for watching this video. If you stuck through to the end, then definitely give the video a big thumbs up. Give me your feedback. Let me know how you're rocking your hair this summer. What's your go-to style this summer? Are you gonna try these braids out? Do you like the hair? Would you try it? And I'll have all of the details about the hair, what type it is, where you can purchase it, etc., all in the description box below. And I think that's it for this video, dolls. I'm actually kind of tired because I was up early. I went to bed late, working on the hair and stuff. And then I know next on the journey, I'm gonna get my nails done. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Toes and nails, but that'll be in the next vlog. And so you guys can come back to watch that. We'll go to the nail shop, sip champagne like we normally do, get our toes and nails done, go for lunch, and just have a really cute day. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you dolls in the next one. Mwah. Bye.